So today I want to finish the kids trailer. Well, not that one. That's a very junky one. We're making one that is hopefully going to be much better. It doesn't look like much, I know. Doesn't look like much yet. We have a lot to do still, but we're going to try and finish that today. For those of you who missed, on the last video, we tore apart our race tractor because it was done for. This is what we kept. Some tires, the supercharger, and that's pretty much about it. So we're going to use those big tires on this trailer. We need to put the finish on the tongue. We need to put the ramps on the back so the kids can drive their tractors on it. Then obviously we need to put the wood bed down, paint it, and it should be good to rock. I want to try and test it today, but we'll see how far we get. I think we probably need to start on the ramps. I think that's where we start first. Ramps, tires, tongue, back to front. I think that's the way to do it. So let's get started on the ramp. See how we're going to do this. So this ramp part will probably be the most tricky part of doing the whole trailer because you want it to work. I want it to work good, but we don't want to make it so difficult where the kids can't do it themselves. So we have a drop-down trailer right outside. Let's go take a look, maybe get some ideas. Maybe we'll steal that idea, or maybe we'll come up with our own. I should have reached out to you guys to see the best way to do this. I have some ideas. Let's go take a look at the trailer and we'll kind of work through it together. So this is how most of them are. You have a little tie point here. Once you unloosen that and loosen this hinge, it lets it drop off of this little bolt. So that little claw will lift up, allowing this to fall down. And then when you want to lift it back up, you move that handle back up and that'll make the claw go around the bolt again, kind of holding it secure. So it looks like that's probably the easiest way to do it, because that's how most trailers are. My only issue with that is I didn't want a whole ramp because it's going to cause a lot of weight on the back end of this trailer. As you know, with these kids tractors, they're not great with weight, so keeping it as light as possible is always key. So slight game plan change. Here's what I think is going to be best. And it might upset you a little bit, but don't be too mad. So I'm not going to do the ramps yet, and I'm going to kind of explain why. I don't want to make all the ramps, do all the wheels, finish the tongue, put the thing down, and then it's too heavy and the tractors can't pull it. That's the worst nightmare. You don't want that to happen because then it's basically scratch it and start over. So here's what I'm going to do, is we're going to put the wheels, we'll finish the tongue, we'll put the deck end, see how the tractor reacts to having this trailer behind it, see if we think it can handle the ramps. Because we can always do ramps where we just add it to it, and after you drive it up, you take the ramps away. We can always do that. That's always an option if we feel like it's going to be too heavy. Or if we make it a fixed ramp and it's too heavy, well then we're kind of stuck. We got to cut it off, or maybe we already built it to fit that, and it'd just be a whole disaster. So let's finish the trailer, see how the kids' tractors react to the trailer, and then maybe we'll add the ramps, or we'll do ramps where we can just place it and remove them. We'll kind of go from there. So let's do the wheels. Let's do the wheels. So we got the trailer turned upside down. I did some super calculated measurements, basically me just finding where it balanced. 21 inches. From this point to this point, when I grabbed it with my fingers on both sides, that's where the trailer was perfectly balanced. Obviously though, that's gonna change some if we had the ramps on the back. But we're gonna build it as if we don't have the ramps. That'll be the spot where the trailer sits perfect. The trailer tires will hold all the weight, so it won't be making the tractor wanna do wheelies because it's got too much weight leaning forward. Or if it's got too much weight leaning back, it'll try and lift the back tires of the tractor up. So I think this is a good spot. That's what we want. So let's get those tires on. So we got the wheels on. Now you can tell it's looking more like a trailer. So what I did is I set the tongue just up against kind of where it'll go on the tractor. And it looked honestly like the perfect height. I don't think I need to do any adjustments to the tongue. So we just need to add a little piece where it'll connect to the tractor. But other than that, that looks pretty level. Maybe we can raise the front of it just a hair, but I don't want to do that too much. So we might just keep it as is. So now that we got this, let's weld on the tongue little piece, and then we need to start on the deck, some wood. So we got our little piece we cut out. This will be what attaches to the tractor. It should be the perfect size hole. It is, so that works perfect. So this is what we'll attach to the tongue, just like so. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. Weld it on there, and that'll connect to the tractor. So we got the tongue put on now, and after doing some thinking, I think we need to put one piece in the middle to just give it a little extra support. Just a nice little bracket. Because we want to test the limits of this thing. I want to put square bells on here. They're kids' tractors. I want to make sure this thing holds up. So we need to put one more brace down the middle, 32 inches. Let's go get something welded on there. Guys, it's hot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very hot in here. I can't open the doors because it is way too windy outside. It'll blow in here. It'll sound terrible. So I'm sacrificing all this for you guys. So as always, if you've ever seen me build something, which I'm sure you have, We run off of scrap metal. I'm not gonna use brand new metal and all these expensive metals. It's just scrap metal we have laying around that we bought for other things and never got to using or have taken off of something. We don't need to get all high tech and fancy for this kid stuff. So we got some old rod here that I found with like angle iron or a tubing of some sort probably worked better. Yeah, probably. But this is enough just to give it a little more stability. I can even add some down here if I want to. We'll see. But I want to get some wood on here first. So let's get some measurements. I'm thinking one nice solid piece of wood is all we need. So there we are. We got the wood inside, but you might think we're finished. We are not. Man, it's like two different colors. You can tell which boards were on top and which boards weren't. We're gonna clean this up. I'm gonna go a little above and beyond. I'm even gonna, actually we have to take these back out because I want to paint the trailer. A fresh black paint. I want to take these woods out. I want to stain them. I want this thing to look nice and neat for whenever the kids see it. They have no idea. So let's take this wood out, clean it off, especially those 3 pieces. They're terribly dirty, like awful. Take those out, clean them up. I want to get them nice and stained, and then I want to paint the trailer. Maybe even paint the rims. Now the rims are kind of cool. Paint the trailer. All right, we got the boards cleaned up. Good enough. They don't got to be perfect. Now, let's stain these bad boys. Okay, so I've already made up my mind. We're going to add ramps to it. The ramps are going to go on there. Do not worry. It is finished. Besides the ramps, let me show you. I think it turned out phenomenal. There's a few things I need to do to it still, but it's pretty much finished. So here we are, the brand new trailer for the kids. I love it. It'll be big enough for another tractor to go on there. We're gonna add the ramps, but I think the wood turned out good. One thing I'm gonna do is to secure the wood to the trailer. Instead of screwing it in, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get like one piece of scrap metal and just weld it to the edge, go all the way across here, and then probably one more spot here. You typically wouldn't do that if you think you're gonna replace the wood in the future. Obviously, we're not gonna need to replace the wood. So that'll be perfectly fine to do that. It's not too heavy, it's a little heavy, but I think it's still manageable where we can put ramps on the back. It'll work perfectly. So you'll see this in an upcoming Hudson's Playground video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll add the ramps on soon. As you can tell, I need to go on the AC. So soon, ramps, probably next video. So thank you guys for watching. Any recommendations, Instagram down below. You know the deal. Subscribe to the channel if you're not, please. And if you can, give this video a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. It does help the channels. Thanks for watching.